Hey everybody, this is Ejijo and welcome to another video on my series on Python basics and specifically the while loops. So in the previous video we learned about the very basics of the while loops. I just want to quickly recap that. What we said was we want to set some sort of variable to have some value so that we can kickstart our condition that we have here. And remember, we also said that you always start your while loop is all lowercase, and then you must have, if I just sort of go like that, you must have a colon, otherwise you're going to be stuck on that side against this, and you'll get an error if that happens. And then also we have our indented space on the left, and we said if I just clear, I'll clear that, and then I'll just choose blue, and then I'll said before that you have your whole while loop is there, and we call this part, it is nested inside our while loop. Right, so let me clear that and let's continue further. So I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to say while x is less than or equal to 10, because previously we printed went from 1 to 9, but if I print it like this now, it's going to go from 1 to 10. If I wanted, for example, let's say I had 10 questions that I wanted to show the question numbers, and I'll just run that and you'll see it'll now go from 1 to 10. So there we have it. It goes from 1 to 10. I will close that one out, and now we're happy that all of that works. Another thing that I just want to say is we have x equals x plus 1, and that means we just increment the value of x by 1 every single time. We just make it 1 bigger, 1 bigger, 1 bigger as it goes around until the value is equal to 10. Another way that you could also write this is x equals plus equals 1. I'll just comment out that one and I'll run the code so you can see it does exactly the same thing. It goes from 1 to 10 all the way there. Cool. So when you do see this, you don't have to get worried what's going on. It means exactly the same thing. But for the purposes of this, where we are just beginning to grow in our knowledge of a while loop, I will just keep it as x equals x plus 1. Right, so let's say we didn't want to have the increment values printed. We want to print something else. For example, we could say hello. That is something we could do. And just a reminder, if you have it in quotes, it's called string, and the numbers we used before are called integers. So if I run this one, all that'll happen, you'll print hello 10 times, just like that. But let's say that you wanted to say different things. You wanted to number it, and you wanted to say, for example, 1 hello, 1 2 hello, 3 hello, and so on. It's a simple example, but I'll just put it like that. X, I'll put a comma, just like you learned in some of the very earlier videos when we are printing, outputting on the screen text and integers together. So when we run that, it will be looking as follows. You'll have 1 2 3 4 all the way to 10, and it says hello. So that's one way that you could number it. If you wanted to put for example a dot next to it, I will get rid of the comma because the comma will automatically give us a space. So I'll just put I'll use concatenation, and then I will just actually I can just go like that. I can put a dot and space just there, and that should work. Concatenation means to concatenate means just to join. You just join together. So if I just F5 that, you will, ooh, what did I do wrong? Did it int and string? I mixed int and string. Why did I do that? Let me just cast that one to string. Sorry about that. So I'm just casting. Casting means I'm changing that. So although it's an integer, it'll cast it to string. So let me just F5 that and run. And there you can see now it looks much better. Now we have 1 dot, and then we got the hello, 2 dot hello, and so on. Okay. So that is another way that you could do this. And then the final thing I want to show in today's video is, let's say you want to determine what you want to print every single time. You want to decide, maybe it's some sort of a question or something like that, and you want to decide what you want to actually output. I'm going to use the input function. I'm just going to say let's just say different numbers. I'm going to say num equals int. Actually, I'm not going to calculate with it, so I'm just going to keep it simple as input, and then I'm going to use the input function. I'm just going to say enter a number. Enter a number for now, and I'll give it a little space. And what are we going to print? We're going to print the number, just like that. So now when we run it, F5, if there's no mistakes, it asks me for a number. I'm going to say 23, and then you can see it printed 23, and then I'm going to enter a next number. We might run out of the screen here actually. I'll just say 2, 3, 4. I'll just keep on going until I get to wherever I am. There we go, 98, and then that's finished now. That's all the way to 34. So you can see I've got all of those where it actually asks me for the number, then it prints the number, asks me for the number, then it prints the number, and so on. So this could have been some sort of a calculation that you used, but I just wanted to show you how you can use the input function to also work inside a while loop. Let's say you had a maths quiz or something like that. If you are, once you are familiar with Python and the while loops and everything, do check out my Python Basics Maths Quiz series as well, where I show you from scratch how to make a very simple maths quiz, which you might enjoy. Cool. So today we've looked at a little bit further how we can just print out numbers, how we can make some sort of a list. Let's say it's a shopping list or whatever, 1.2.3 so on, and also if you wanted to use the input function for that. So in the next video I will go slightly further and maybe incorporate a small quiz that we just ask and answer a question, and so on. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.